Ciso. Oh, it's fabulous! A strike to get you up off your seats.
Hello and welcome to Seagulls Social, attempt 3. This is Brighton away at Liverpool preview.
There we go.
So we are joined by the boys, Ryan and Ben. How are we, chaps? Ben, we'll start with you.
Yeah, good, mate. No mic today, so sorry if I sound horrendous, but it's only a preview, so it's only going to be on YouTube. So if you're listening, I don't care about your ears. Living the life, having fun, enjoyed the international break, not having to talk about Brighton. Hopefully the boys have reset, just like I have, and we are going to win and push for the Premier League title.
Wow, Premier League title. Ryan, are we winning the league?
Mate, I wish we were. No, I'm good. Do you know what? I didn't enjoy the international break. I completely disagree with that one. I have found it so boring. Apart from watching Dunk, who they made a mistake, and the Palace fans been on mentions. That's probably been the most entertainment we've had.
But
other than that, mate,
we haven't had
not much to talk about.
Not about the matches specifically, but just having a nice break from football was nice. That's what I meant, sorry.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's all well and good. It's good in theory, isn't it? And you're like, oh yeah, the international break, we get a bit of time just to reset until it actually happens, and then I'm bored. And for the majority of the time, I'm looking through old tweets trying to get some like random old clip. I don't know. I just find it really boring, mate, to be honest. And I'm glad that football's finally back. Club football, that is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Talking of club football, we actually finished. All right. Well, we beat Nottingham Forest, then beat Roma at home. So we had two decent results, and obviously then we had the international break. We will talk about Dunkey at the end. I will make sure we'll talk about that. Yeah, because he didn't have the best of games, did he? But anyway, let's talk about Liverpool.
Nothing happened.
Let's talk about Liverpool. Liverpool away.
Played a good game,
now,
mate, in my book.
Boys, I just want to put a few stats out there before we get into it. Okay, I just want to lay the land. Okay, so. First stat is Liverpool haven't lost at home all season. That's number one. Okay, just let that sink in. I think their last loss was Bayern at home in a friendly in pre-season. All right, and then Brighton away. We've only beaten Stoke, Sheffield United, and Sheffield United again in the league. Aside from AEK away and then Forest away back in November. So. Things are looking bleak, all right? Ryan, how are you feeling going into this one?
I must admit, that away stat is shocking, you know. I didn't realise that. So it's only, 4 wins away from home, 5 wins away from home this season? That's mad. That's
and
mad.
against, let's be honest, the opposition as well, the quality of opposition hasn't been great.
Yeah, no, that's mad. The Ike one was probably quite good. Ajax as well, but yeah, that's mad. That's mad. Okay, we'll take that into consideration. Liverpool, great team, mate. They really are. They are a great team. I've quite enjoyed watching them when I've watched them this season. It seems quite right that Klopp's going to win the league on his last year. McAllister, we all love him. So it's really annoying that we don't really have anything that we dislike about Liverpool at the moment. Could change after Sunday. So they're a team I quite respect, and I think they're very good. So with that being said, yeah, I could very much see a loss coming our way. But you never know. You never know. We are a different team when João Pedro plays, that's for sure.
Yeah, talking about potentially João Pedro coming back, there's going to be a few comebacks and a few injuries as well. I know Robertson is out now for Liverpool, Ben. And also, we got potentially João Pedro coming back. And also, I think James Milner's nearly back on his way. The good old Millie. Millie rocking at the Anfield. So,
Millie rock.
Yeah. How much do you think these injuries are going to affect Liverpool and Brighton in terms of our few players coming back for us and a few absentees for Liverpool?
I think it's can only be positive for us. I'm looking at this international break post European exit as like a hard reset. Like you're midway through a film, your Virgin box switches off and you're trying to turn it on but it doesn't work, and you've plugged it. You've taken the plug out the back as well, and you've done a hard reset. And I think this is what's going to happen to us. We're going to be a brand new team in this final third of the season.
It's got to be one of the maddest analogies.
I think there'll be a lot more positive results than there have been. It makes sense though, doesn't it? Having that being said, we will lose, obviously, because it's Liverpool and they're a phenomenal team.
Not really.
But yeah, I mean, post Liverpool and ignoring all the other big teams we have to play, I think it will be a very positive end to the season. because we haven't got any distractions anymore. We can only focus on the league. We've got fresh players coming back from injury, big key players coming back from injury. So it's only really looking up past Anfield.
Past Anfield.
Ben, can I ask, is this real hope or is this just false hope? Like, are you actually thinking genuine positivity here?
100%. No, I actually am.
I can't tell.
Like, we haven't. Remember how good we were when we were only focusing on the league. Now we're only focusing on the league. Yes, we still don't have Caicedo and McAllister, but we're still not going to be that. We're not going to be as bad as we were whilst balancing Europe. It can't be any worse than we were. I mean, we're still in a good spot to get Europe. I still feel that we can get a Conference League spot. And I think we can. I mean, West Ham are probably our biggest threats maybe to getting a Conference League spot. Maybe you could name in a couple other teams around us. Newcastle, will they have their injuries come back? Will they be a lot better? Don't know. But West Ham's still juggling European football. And we can only focus on the league. So I really do feel positive about that. We were so good when we didn't have Europe. Look at us at the beginning of the season. We were incredible as well without Europe. So those same players, why can't they do it again?
Just on that, Ryan, I want to ask you, we've touched on this quite a few times actually, but with regards to now we've had, like we've said, the hard reset, we've getting a few players coming back now, like I said, 2 good results prior to the international break. Where is a realistic target and what would you be happy with? I know we ask this quite regularly, but now we've had this break, have you changed your opinion or mind on where you want to finish and how you want to do?
I still want to finish in Europe, a European competition. So whether that's Conference or Europa League, at the moment it's still Europa League. Until we're in a really bad situation, I'm like, okay, now I really just want to get all we can. So at this moment in time, I would say it's still pushing for Europa. Do I think that the Liverpool result's going to make much of a difference in it? Probably not. But I do think that we're very much still in the fold for it. I do agree with Ben. We are better when we play in one competition, and I do think with the, especially with João Pedro coming back, it's a much different football side. You saw against Crystal Palace. I think that was the last time Pedro played, wasn't it? It's a different team, really, isn't it, to the ones that we've seen in the last few weeks. So I've still got confidence, mate. But I think it's one of them where I need to see us play again because it feels like a long time. It's been a bit of a barren run, as you say. We've had a bit of unluckiness coming our way as well, to be fair. So maybe we just need that. We need to see us play again first, and
against
see
Liverpool,
if
it's the toughest one to judge
when he comes back.
That's going to be the hardest one to judge. You'd rather judge it against a team that's not one of the big six or top 3. Because, like I said previously, we've got a lot of the big clubs coming up, haven't we? But, we could make a good account of ourselves against Liverpool. You don't have to win to have a positive performance, do you? You can take a lot of positives from defeat sometimes. And I think quite a lot in recent years, we have taken a lot of positives from a lot of our defeats because we always do end up playing pretty well. Obviously, this season, more recent times, has been a bit shit. But, I do feel positive, and I think we should perform well against Liverpool, but it doesn't necessarily mean we will win. But that'll be the best thing to come out of Liverpool. Obviously 3 points, but realistically a good performance. And then we can look ahead and the team can get more confidence that way.
Yeah, I think, sorry, I don't know who mentioned it, but one of you mentioned our run going into the rest of the season. We play a big part in the top 4 race. Even, we play like all, I think Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, obviously. So we got a big part to play. So, Ryan, do you think that actually works in our favour? Because we're usually quite good, aren't we? When the pressure's sort of off us a little bit, we don't really have that expectation, I suppose. Because going into, let's say, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, we're not expected to win. So, do you think that's going to work into our favour? Do you think?
Yeah, it can do. It can do. We have a good record against Liverpool specifically, don't we? I think they haven't beaten us since 2018, maybe it was 19. So we've got a good record there. So that's one thing. I think we were the ones to break their record of winning at Anfield at some point as well. Obviously, Trossard got the first hat trick ever at Anfield last season.
Alzate was it?
Sorry for us, and the first one since 2009 or something. Alzate scored in 2021. In 2022, we came back to draw, wasn't it? I think Enoch Mwepu had that great goal. So there's been some good memories at Anfield, to be honest. And I don't think that it doesn't have to change. Yes, they're a good side, but so are we when we turn up. And yeah, I think you're right. When the pressure's off, we do play better. I think when you see the likes of the Roma game, when everyone's looking at Brighton as the English team in the last 16, especially Lewis Dunk, unfortunately, in the away game, it was a bit of one of them where they're like, Brighton have bottled it. Brighton have gone out there and humiliated themselves. And I think that's one thing that we don't have to have on Sunday.
And let's talk about Liverpool a little bit. Obviously, we've mentioned McAllister, absolute baller, big miss for us. He's doing really well there as well. And then there's some big threats. Obviously, Mo Salah goes without saying, and they got Virgil van Dijk at the back. Luis Diaz's dad. Ben, who are you most worried about? Like, obviously, Darwin Núñez. I think I feel like he's a bit underrated, but he does miss a lot of chances. Let's be frank as well.
Thank you.
Do you think he's going to be a big threat for our defence? Because we know Donkey doesn't like that kind of physical, fast presence that, Núñez does have.
No, I do think Núñez is a massive threat. It could be one of their biggest threats for sure. I'm trying to think who else, but mainly, Núñez. I've always been team Núñez. I've loved Núñez, everything about it. Even when he wasn't scoring goals, you can always see there is a player there. Same with that Mudryk, but I know Mudryk still probably hasn't cut it, or he's playing in a horrendous Chelsea team. Put him in a better team. Put him in that Arsenal team where he probably should have signed for, and he probably would be a good player. But Núñez is finally getting confidence. Looks like he still does look like a great player. He shoots a lot, but they obviously don't always go in. But he's always a threat, and everything he does is a threat. He's very direct, which, like you said, Maz, Lewis Dunk and probably our defence don't really like. So apart from Salah, I'd say Darwin Núñez is probably our biggest threat.
Ryan, who are you most worried about?
Yeah, I'm actually with you, and I think you've seen. Let's go back to Roma again, but you've seen. We'll go to England. Dunk against Lukaku. Big centre backs. Big strikers against our centre backs have always been a bit of a problem. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. It's quite strange, but. Alternatively, you've got Van Hecker, obviously, he's very good at dealing with that. There's always some that sort of worry, isn't there? The old school Brighton goes away from home and concedes from a corner from Darwin Núñez or Virgil van Dijk. You can see that. And then from there, you've got an absolute mountain to climb, haven't you? But I don't know. I still think that our players can deal with them because we've dealt with big players before. We've dealt with the big teams away from home. We've proven it time and time again, even when we've written ourselves off. I don't know if you guys saw Bart Verbruggen's saves for the Netherlands the other night, but if that's anything to go by and he is playing against Liverpool, then perhaps that's someone we can look to if they do have a few shots, not necessarily on target if they're Darwin Núñez. But no, I'm with Ben. I do think he's a great player and I do think they've got a lot of talent. But so have we. We can deal with them on our day. Just putting it out there.
And on that note, let's do score predictions, and then we'll talk about the international break as well quickly. So Ben, how do you see this game panning out?
Like I said earlier, definitely a Liverpool win. But will it? I don't like
that energy.
Roll over. It is what I'm just telling the truth, mate. That's just how I feel. I know I was very positive about our running. It's just how I feel. I know I was very truthful about
positive. 15 minutes, mate. 15 minutes. The positivity's gone from up here.
No,
we're going to lose. It's crazy.
I said if we run it back,
we're going to win the league quarter of an hour ago. Ben, what's this?
That's true. That was a joke. No, I said the running. I'm looking positive about the running past Liverpool, past Anfield. This will be a loss, but I think we will play well. Score prediction will be maybe 2-1. I was going to say 3, but I think we'll cause them a bit more trouble, and it might be a bit more. Maybe that's more hope that I think our defence will be a bit more solid. So maybe we'll only ship 2 goals, and we will get 1 though.
All right. And Ryan, how do you see the game going?
It really depends. It depends on so many things. It depends on how we come out. It depends on how Dunk responds to England. It depends if João Pedro's fit. It depends on if De Zerbi chooses to defend. It depends on if we've got a fit sort of midfield, that being Billy Gilmour, if Carlos Balaba's okay as well. Pascal Gross obviously coming back from Germany. There's a lot of variables. And also it depends on whether Darwin Núñez decides to shoot from 40 yards and it goes in, or if he decides to shoot from 40 yards and it goes painfully over. That also depends on that. Depends on if Jurgen Klopp's going to moan before the game or if he chooses not to. Depends on if Mo Salah's going to be Salah of 2018 or Salah of 2022. There's a lot of variables. So let's put it this way. I got to be honest. I don't think we're going to win. I'm going to be completely honest. As Ben said, I've got to say how I feel. I do think we're going to lose, and I do think we're going to lose 2-0. I'm sorry, but it's just got that sort of day written over for me. A bit like that Arsenal game. The quality was just a little bit too much for us, and unfortunately they did just finish us off. We could have chances, but if we don't take them, we could be looking at, I think a 2-0 loss. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I really don't like saying stuff like that, but it's the truth.
Well, here we are. What a positive podcast we got today. I am going to buck the trend, though. I'm going to say 2-2 draw. I'm putting it out there. Good vibrations. 2-2. We'll nick a draw. But I just can't see us winning. If we win, it'll be one for the ages. Because I think the way that Liverpool play, and I know they had their FA Cup loss to Man United, but aside from that, they've been on flames, haven't they? They've been having some big results, even with a very thin squad.
Liverpool fans do seem to think that we're a bit of their bogey team, don't they? I know we've got a Liverpool fan in the office that says it to us quite a lot. I don't know if he's trying to, maybe say that in case they do get a poor result against us. But would that be something that the players think about as well? Maybe Jurgen Klopp knows that we do cause them trouble quite a lot. I mean, like you said, Ryan, especially at Anfield, we do seem to get results there for some reason. Is there a possibility that Liverpool players are concerned about that? Or do you think they're so focused on Klopp's farewell tour?
Well, that's the thing. I think with the title being on the line, mate, anything can happen. Like they're playing for the title, aren't they? And obviously, Man City and Arsenal play the same day. Pressure. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. So you never know. Will they crumble? Maybe not, because they've got they've won Champions Leagues, they've won league titles. Like they have got an elite mentality, the squad. So I don't think they're gonna sort of capitulate in that sense. But you never know. You never know. With the title looming, they could fall under the pressure.
That's a great point, actually.
Title race is mad this year, isn't it? Title race is mad this year. You've got Arsenal, City and Liverpool. Genuinely, all three of them could win it. And we haven't really had that for a long time. And last time it did happen, wasn't it? City and Liverpool, when City won a league at our place. Yeah. And it was like 90, I think it was 198 or something like that. It was literally minimal margins. Yeah. It was close enough to, wasn't it? And I think City went Centurions. So there's no guarantees they don't choke, because they've done it before. And as you say, we are a bit of their bogey team. I mean, you saw him at the Amex was it October? I don't even know.
October, yeah.
When Adingra scored, wasn't it? And I think we had a decent game. Was that 2-2 or was that 1-1? I can't remember.
2-2.
I feel like it was 2-2. I think they went 2-1 up from our 1-0. Yeah, Dunk, wasn't it? Dunk. No, Dunk scored and Adingra sort of nicked it off McAllister, didn't he, on the edge, sort of halfway line-ish.
Yeah.
Done Allison. Yeah, that's the one. But yeah, no, we have a decent record against them, as you say. So there's no guarantee it doesn't happen. But I don't know. I think at this stage of the season, and how drilled Klopp is on winning trophies in his last year, I'm not so sure.
But saying that, you're saying they've got that mentality of winning Champions Leagues. A lot of the players that are playing for them now weren't part of that squad. There's a new generation of Klopp's kids at the end of the day. And also they will be so much pressure for them to get a result against us because of the Arsenal City game that follows a couple of hours later, an hour later. So, for the Liverpool, it's a huge game. And will their youngsters crumble under the pressure if we get an early goal? If we start playing well, they think, oh God, we might not capitalise on a potential draw between Arsenal and City, or someone dropping points there. They've got a lot of pressure to get a win against us, and that could backfire against them, hopefully. Especially if the Anfield crowd don't get behind them. Yeah,
complacency is definitely a thing. So yeah, let's just see how they deal with it. But it's going to be a great game nonetheless. I think, especially for the neutrals, both both great sides, so including ourselves. But finally then, before we wrap up, let's just quickly talk about Dunk, obviously, international break. And of course, as you mentioned, Ryan, Verbruggen as well. Actually, we had a lot of players on international duty, so shout out to everyone who went out on international duty. But let's just quickly talk about Dunk, because, he didn't have the best of games, it's fair to say, against Belgium. Lukaku coming back to haunt him again, especially after Roma. He done it again. And then like you said, Ben, I've never seen Lukaku do an outside of the boot assist ever, and he's decided to do it after a Dunk mistake. So fair enough to the bloke. But yeah, Ben.
When's he ever had that in his locker? He doesn't have that in his locker unless the Dunk done it. Yeah. It was tough, mate. It's been a tough international break. I tried to not watch football and listen to all the hate. I mean, let's run it to the Brazil game. Dunk, the ball comes to Dunk. What else can he do other than head it away from danger? I think he tried to head it towards Conor Gallagher, but gets intercepted, loops over his head, and then obviously Endrick, my boy, scores. A lot of people pointing the blame at Dunk there, but I mean, you could say if you watch football, is it completely Dunk's fault? Why is that happening there? That's the only
I don't
option
think
he
that
had.
one was, to be fair.
No, that was too harsh. But I could fast forward to Belgium. That obviously was. It was very, very, very scarily similar to the mistake he made against Lukaku in Rome. I know I saw Euro Football literally post the Roma one moments after he done it against Belgium. So they were very quick and hot on it, and that got a lot of interactions as well. I saw that, which then led to a lot of Dunk hate. Like I couldn't believe it, the amount of stuff people saying, "Oh, he's morphing into Harry Maguire." I saw one of them tweets, bang, just a picture of Lewis Dunk looking like Harry Maguire. I don't know. I really hope this hasn't affected Dunk's confidence. He definitely deserves to be in the England squad, but obviously his performances for England definitely don't seem to warrant a starting place. It's very sad that Dunk's had that happen to him. It's a shame. But I mean, hopefully he's got experience enough to not let it get the best of him, and he can then crack on with Brighton now.
Ryan, you mentioned Dunky about his.
I'll just follow on from it.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, it's frustrating, isn't it? Because we've seen him so often. It might seem harsh, but maybe it was too late for the call up. Maybe if this happened 3 years ago and we were banging on about it for the Euros in 2021, I think he was ready then. I think 2021 to 2022 Dunk was probably one of the best we've seen. The way he played with Ben White and Adam Webster, I thought was genuinely one of the best defences I'd seen in Brighton colours. And that's also something people getting on Webster. People forget how good he was in that back three under Potter. Like he was so good for us. Anyway, it's not about Webster. So I don't know. It's a shame. I don't know if it will be the end, because I saw a few funny tweets saying he's trying to play like Maguire so that he keeps his spot. If he played his best game, then he probably would have been dropped anyway. So you never know. But yeah, for Lewis, if he is watching this, you never know. He is a Sussex boy at the end of the day. He might care what we think. But it's tough. But yeah, just come back here where you're loved, and hopefully just put in the performances, a big push. And who knows? Yeah, you've got time to prove everyone wrong. You're going to be on Sky Sports cameras on Sunday. So put in a game of your life, and who knows? The perception changes in football so quickly. Eh?
Yeah, my final bit on Lewis Dunk. I think he's incredible club level. And look, I think we all know, we, as Brighton fans, we know he has got an error in him. We know he's not perfect. We're not saying he's this, elite level, top level centre back. He is incredible, but he unfortunately he is quite error prone. And I think that's what lets him down in those high pressure moments. We saw it at Roma. We saw it, against Belgium. We've seen it multiple times, especially earlier in his Premier League career as well, when, he scored quite a few own goals. He made those mistakes, but we know how good he is, especially at club level. And, I think it's harsh. Someone called him the worst ever English centre-back to put on an England shirt, and I thought that was just way over the top. Like, let's all remember he had a man of the match performance against Australia, so he can't have been, he can't be the worst England centre-back ever. Like, let's chill out a little bit. But yeah, fingers crossed he comes back to his best for us, and we see that captain performance at Anfield.
Let's hold on to that for a long time, eh?
Yeah, against Australia. Big up yourself, Lewis Dunk. Right, boys, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. And yeah, Ryan, I think myself and you are going to go to Anfield, hopefully, on Sunday. Ben, you're not going because you've got better stuff to do.
Yeah, I hope so. I
Brighton
should be
Albion.
there. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's too good for us. What a shame. What's all this about? What's the excuse this time, Ben? What could possibly be going on? That's
I can't say online.
He's got a hot date. He's got a hot date on Sunday. If anyone's at the game, it'd be great to see everyone. And yeah, look forward to it. It should be hopefully
Say
a
hello.
good day. Say hello. But boys, absolute pleasure as always. And
Wait,
please
quickly
like,
before we
comment,
go.
subscribe, all that good stuff. Go on.
Maybe we'll talk about it in the Liverpool review. Yeah, let's stop the Webster hate because it's not nice. The stuff that people I've seen online is pretty
annoying,
pretty harsh. I think. Like you said, Ryan, forget that he has been amazing for us. Players go through their difficult parts, but some of the stuff I've been seeing is just so uncalled for.
Even he came out.
Just
didn't
stop
he, on
bullying,
Instagram.
Please.
I thought that was a bit mad.
Yeah,
He
the fact that he had to respond
is,
is just like a joke.
No, it's true. But I don't really blame him for coming out though, because like you see, I mean, it goes for so many of these like new fans on social media. This is different, like to what we used to have. But as soon as the team sheets are in, mate, everyone's against someone. Even if it's not Steele starting, there's going to be someone on that team sheet that someone has to have a problem with him, and it's going to get hundreds of likes, and it's not helpful, is it? Like I don't know. I don't like us becoming this sort of Chelsea-esque sort of online social media thing, where the toxic tweets do well, because I don't get it, especially for Webster. He's been so good for us. People forget it. We were calling for him for England literally this time last year, maybe a year before. Was fantastic for us with Potter. Was big part of how we changed our system. Maz, any thoughts on Webster? But just I don't know, the whole thing in general of just getting on people's backs as soon as they've had a few bad games or they've done something small. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't like the way that social media is in that sense, to be honest.
Yeah. I think, unfortunately, fans are so fickle nowadays, and they're quick to forget all the good times, and as soon as someone has a bad game, they jump on it. So, yeah, let's leave it out, lads, all right? Leave it out. Let's be nice to everyone. Just be nice. Let's be nice. But, yeah, guys, absolute pleasure. Peace out, A-Town down, and we'll see you after the Liverpool game.
Peace.
Peace.